What it do, homies? We're back here with some more Offending Everybody. This time we're checking out how to print money on YouTube. Let's go ahead, shut up, turn it up.
By doing the least amount of work possible? Well, the answer is simple. It's called React content. Why spend time and effort coming up with anything original when...
The irony. This is a trap, but I will willingly walk into it.
Well, the answer is simple. It's called React content. Why spend time and effort coming up with anything original when you can just react to other people's creativity? Is it stealing? Maybe, but just like Logan Paul's crypto scam, there's no consequences. Take a look at the YouTuber Waka. Who gives a shit? Waka likes to react to my content and has made it...
That's interesting what he said. He said there's no consequences. Oh, there is consequences. I've received some strikes and everything from said consequences. So, oh, yeah. So some of the people with powerful like legal teams and possibly deeper understanding of the YouTube system can get away with it. But I am not one of those people.
React to other people's creativity. Is it stealing? Maybe, but just like Logan Paul's crypto scam, there's no consequences. Take a look at the YouTuber Waka. Who gives a shit? Waka likes to react to my content and has made a ton of money doing it. My high school vid netted him 550,000 views, which translates to about $500 to $800. That's half a G for a vid he put no effort into making. No insightful analysis of my nuanced viewpoint.
Okay, hold on.
A G for a vid he put no effort into making. No insightful analysis of my nuanced viewpoints, just some basic white girl expressions of, you're so big. Now, I know it seems like I'm making fun of him, and I am, but I don't blame him. He figured out a way to cheat the system.
Okay, so that's very interesting, right? Like he said, no insightful views of my nuanced view, no insightful talks about his nuanced viewpoints. See, that's one of the things that, you know, I knew full well what I was getting into when I made a reaction video. I knew all the negative critiques and everything. But the thing about me is that I like to talk about music a lot. Like I really do like to talk about music, and I have other interests. So you'll see non-musical reactions on here. But when it comes to my music stuff, I'm going to tell you one thing. Insight. And I actually have a reaction to his video. I did nowhere near what he did, which is crazy. Nowhere near it. I might even link my video, but I like to think that I gave at least some type of insightful, because my thoughts is when it comes to making reaction videos, the whole entire point of reaction videos is to, you know, provide value or to provide content. There are some people on my channel who've never seen the video. Generally, those type of people don't click on this when they get notified, because like, what is that? You know what I mean? It's generally the people who've already watched it, which means they've already consumed this content, which means if they're tuning in, and I already know how the comment section is about to be up on this one, a reaction video reacting to this about reactors. Come on now. They're going to want to know, you know, what value can you have? What do you have to say about something that they've watched, that they've heard, that they've listened to thousands of times? And in this case, it's of particular interest, right? Because it's about reaction videos. Now, if you take that thought process and you just apply it to music or any other type of media, if you will, it's the same thing, right? They want to know what you think about it. And the people who excel in this field are generally people who are very charismatic, right? They have like the biggest personality. They're just a blast to watch. And I like to think the other people that exceed in this area are people who are knowledgeable about what they're reacting to, right? So if you have a rapper that's reacting to rap songs, right, that's going to pull in, that's going to have more pull because they're in that field. Right. So there's value, there's perceived value. That's why you see people put in their titles, rapper reacts to this or metal musician raps to this, right? Because that might intrigue you. Oh, he kind of knows what he's talking about. In my case, my background is jazz, right? I like jazz. I don't talk too much about it on this channel because I tried to, like way back, found out it wasn't working, going over people's heads, or maybe I just wasn't articulating enough. So I just found another way, and I usually communicate my insights through emotions. I'm an emotional person when it comes to music, and you listen to any of my descriptions and everything, they're mostly of the emotion category, right? Because that's what I feel when I'm playing my saxophone and everything. So it's interesting that he said that no insights, no that. The Offending Everybody, he has a mind of what he would expect from reaction channels, and that's not what he got. So another issue would probably be that people mostly skip the commentary, which was supposed to be the supposed value. So, you know, but a lot of people kind of just lump a bunch of reaction channels into in like they lump them all together because obviously we have some bad eggs out there, and so the perceived reaction videos or the reactor is like, oh, you're trash, right? Because that person was trash. And I changed some mind. I try to, but people are gonna think what they want to think. But okay, I talked on long enough. You probably skipped this anyways.
Now, I know it seems like I'm making fun of him, and I am, but I don't blame him. He figured out a way to cheat the system. I never blame people for taking advantage of the rules. I always blame the rules. So if YouTube allows you to take other people's content and ruin it by sprinkling in some fake Jimmy Fallon laughs, then go ahead. I mean, humans have been making react content for decades. Back when I was a kid, America's Funniest Home Videos was one of the most watched shows in the country, which was basically just a low-res TikTok with less jailbait teens. Since then, there have been countless shows where a dude just stands in front of a green screen and reacts to content on the internet. I mean, what do they even show on MTV besides...
Bro, I'm literally in front of a green screen. Oh man, I feel like I've reacted to stuff like this before, right? Reactions that like kind of take stabs at reacting.
Dude just stands in front of a green screen and reacts to content on the internet. I mean, what do they even show on MTV besides ridiculousness? Apparently America loves the sound of a llama getting pegged. So stop thinking hard work is how you become successful. Mexicans are some of the hardest workers out there, and I can't think of one CEO named Jesus. Capitalism doesn't reward hard work. It rewards you for exploiting other people's hard work. You think Bezos is welding steel in his new warehouse? No. He'd be 20 stories up saying, "How do I get these undesirables to work faster?" Believe me, there ain't no calluses on his hands. So if you're not talented and are looking for easy ways to earn bread, then be like darkness over here and start stealing. But why don't I make react content, you baby?
So there is that one misconception is that, reaction channels make a whole lot of money. That is the furthest from the truth. And here I am, 200,000 subs. I ain't breaking in hundreds of thousands of dollars. I can tell you that right now. Copyright. And that's another reason why some reactors switch to meme type of content or documentaries, because they don't generally have to worry about copyright with that. And for the most part, if you do it enough, it becomes your niche, and now you got a steady following. You can start racking in the money. No, no shame on any of them, right? They found something that worked, and they're, like you said, they found something that worked, and they're doing it, right? Come on. But since my specialty, unquote unquote, is music, I'm mostly dealing with copyright. So yeah, then money ain't being made, not like that on this channel.
To work faster! Believe me, there ain't no calluses on his hands. So if you're not talented and are looking for easy ways to earn bread, then be like darkness over here and start stealing. But why don't I make react content, you may be asking yourself? I got over 700,000 subs. I'm bound to get a bunch of views. Why do I spend 25 hours writing one vid when I can make 5 in an hour? Think about how much money I can make, the resources, the women, the power I can have. I can feel it. I can feel it creeping in. But I'm not quite there yet, because the older I get, the more I think about what my purpose is in life. What do I want to achieve before leaving this plane of existence? Is it just to acquire stuff? Because that's what I used to think. During COVID time, I bought a whole bunch of stuff trying to fix my sad brain. I got a sofa that feels like you're floating on fun bags, a massive TV to watch porn on, a bidet that feels like a stroke victim is tossing your salad. But none of them made me feel better, because true happiness...
My wife bought a bidet, and she hasn't installed it yet. And people tell me that when it comes to bidets, that is like one of the most life-changing things. I just can't get there. I really can't. And his comment there just turned me off of it even more.
Day that feels like a stroke victim is tossing your salad. But none of them made me feel better, because true happiness comes from people. The experiences and connections you make with one another. Road trips with the homies, cuddling after lovemaking, 2 a.m. conversations in the back of your friend's car are the reasons life is worth living. No one is dying and thinking about their Gucci belt unless it's wrapped around their neck. So try to stop thinking money is the ultimate goal, when it's just a tool to get you where you need to go. But even with that said, I still want more money, because the more money I can make, the greater impact I can have on humanity. Hard to build 100 wells in Africa when my credit card keeps getting declined. Plus, it's probably a good idea for me to have a safety net with how many pedo jokes I make. Unrelated, if you're watching this, Father Cunningham, I still remember what you did. So I'm in a weird spot, because I love the vids I've made on this channel, but they are taking me longer and longer to write. Originally, I was like, oh, let me just talk about some random topics and add some dark humor. And now I'm trying to solve complex issues like social anxiety or how to fix your ugly face. It ain't easy. This month, I'm trying to solve racism. Racism! No biggie, right? The standard I set for every video is only growing. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm getting a little burnt out. Like, I need something easy I can do that doesn't require 5 days of writing. And the easiest thing I thought of is just to start another channel and do some React content. But like a thought with no gag reflex, I know it would make me feel good initially.
So, the interesting thing about offending everybody is that if he did decide to make a reaction channel, see, the thing is that, if you go into reacting, like the reacting niche, you can't go in there with the intent of making money because you will be let down, right? At some point, you have to think, with everybody and their mother and their grandmother having reaction channels, why aren't all of them in the hundreds of thousands of subs, right? I like to think that there is a difference there, that there's value, right? There's something that makes you keep coming back to watch them. And the thing about offending everybody is that he does have good writing, right? And I like to think that if he watched a reaction video for the first time, most of his thoughts, because you obviously can't write to a reaction video. I mean, I guess you can, but then it wouldn't come off as genuine, right? If you're following a script, it's supposed to be kind of all there, off top of the head, thinking, right, live on the spot, right? And then you got to find a way to kind of deliver that information to your viewers in an understandable way, and possibly cringe, but that's fine if you own up to it. You know what I mean? It took me a while to get there, right? To be able to talk this normally in front of a camera. Cause my first reaction, I had I still do a bunch of us, but I had a whole bunch of us and everything. I do think it's a skill to be able to talk to presumably nobody at this moment, and actually have something to say. I do think that's a skill, but offending everyone would have that skill, right? All of that writing, some of that things, that type of writing is bound to increase your vocabulary, increase the way that you speak. So that would be valuable, right? It wouldn't be because he have an existing sub of fans. It would be because he's doing reaction content. You know what it is. You find him hilarious, right? And you find value. That's what would drive his numbers and his subs up, not just because he made a reaction video, right? That kind of makes sense, right?
Start another channel and do some React content. But like a thought with no gag reflex, I know it will make me feel good initially, but then leave me with a deep feeling of shame. But if you guys want to start doing React content, then I ain't judging. It's been proven in multiple mediums to be an effective business model. Plus, maybe you just need the money.
Equals 3. That was good stuff, man. What was it? Ray Williams? Yeah, that was a golden age of YouTube, man. Always tuned in for his videos.
Inflation, rents, what men are willing to settle for are all increasing. So if you want a little extra bread, then start exploiting your nearest bakery. So there you have it, the easiest ways to print money on YouTube. If you guys have some good channel names or ideas for your boy, please let me know down in the comments. Probably names more, as I really don't know what to call it. And just remember, you don't need talent to be successful. You just need to milk other people's talent. America's Funniest Home Videos, hosted by Bob. Don't pronounce if you have a lisp. Saget.
You know what you want to do. Oh, I want to push that subscribe button. Oh, push the button.
Yeah. So, of course, everything and stuff you've saying you got to be careful, right? Because if you do decide to get into the reacting content, if you can't figure out what kind of value you can provide, you will receive more hate than you will love. And the love might come later. For some people, it comes much, much later. But you just got to be able to weather through the storm and kind of find your identity in the ever-increasing world of reaction videos. So anyways, you let me know what y'all thought about this down in the comments. It's the end of this video. Dave's out.